For Gary Trent Jr., him coming off the bench has been one of the best decisions Nick Nurse has made, as he's been struggling to find his groove this season. Nick Nurse basically called Gary Trent Jr. out as basically his deflection hasn't been the same from last season, as the deflection numbers basically went down by 1 to about under 2 deflections per game. But Gary Trent Jr., after he came off the bench, after Nick Nurse brought him off the bench, he's been playing very well. Against Cleveland, he gave you 19 points on 2 of 5 shooting and 4 of 9 from the field, which isn't really impressive. But if you go down the line, I'll talk about it. New Orleans gave you 35 points on 6 of 11 shooting from the 3. Then next against Brooklyn, he basically carried our team because he gave you 16 points and he basically scored most of the points when needed. And he had 2 of 6 from 3, and he had 6 of 11 from the field. And he gave you a threshold of 6 points. That's very much good for Gary Trent Jr. in 25 minutes of play. Then for the Magic, he didn't really play well, but he was very active a little bit. He gave you 3 assists, which is very much good, though he wasn't really much playing well. And he basically got to the rim about 10 times, and he took 7 attempts, but his percentages weren't really there. But Gary Trent Jr. basically will take his percentage. With Gary Trent Jr., I think he'd be the 6th man of the year because things he can do on the court and for things I've seen of him as a starter. Gary Trent Jr., if you want to bring him as a starter off the bench, I think it pretty much makes sense because he can shoot threes, he can play defense, and he can be a streaky shooter you bring off the bench after guys like Chris Boucher and even Thaddeus Young off the bench. For Gary Trent Jr. here, he had 2 non-defenders on him in basically Mills and Harris, and he basically takes a jab step and he drills a shot over basically Kyrie Irving. Gary Trent Jr., when in bench lineups, he can basically take a big load of offense because many players off the bench don't really give a good defensive production like Joe Harris and Patty Mills here. For Gary Trent Jr., he always recognizes the gaps in the defense. As you see here, he's playing the corner defender, and as you see in Claxton rolling, he will reach in and basically get a poke steal. As for Gary Trent Jr. here, in second units, there's not really much basically defensive production, so he can basically capitalize for himself for basically a bench role, as he can basically just lead a second unit as he can flash and even get what he wants. And basically for Gary Trent Jr., we know he's a tricky player, so do everything he can on that threshold. For Gary Trent Jr. and basically coming off the bench, he can basically capitalize his production, as many players are basically not skilled as Gary Trent Jr. And for Gary Trent Jr., he played both roles on his team, so with a third compared to the bench unit he can play with, it can basically make his role very much more easier, and he doesn't really have to force himself into doing much. Over Gary Trent Jr., why could win this award? I think honestly he has more of an upside for winning it over guys like Westbrook, Kevin Love, and even Benedict Mathurin, as he basically a starter on the bench like Westbrook, and you know what he's going to give you. He's basically going to be giving you over double figures per game. Those percentages will basically come back to life as he's shooting over, as he'll give you over 3% from 3, and his field goal attempts at a game, he can basically attack the rim with a given percent. I think he can basically win this award, but that's what I think. But yeah, for Gary Trent Jr., he has all the intangibles to be great and to be a good 6th man off the bench as he did in Portland. And for Nick Nurse, I didn't really wrong this decision because I think the best decision Nick Nurse has made. But when Gary Trent Jr. is on the court, he makes a massive difference, and he's a 6th man of the year candidate no matter what. But that's the way I gotta say for Gary Trent Jr. He can possibly be the 6th man of the year because of his upside, his grouse as a player, and basically the team success, which basically caters to the award. So why not bring up the bench? And if you all enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and do all the good stuff. And your boy Demi, more videos coming out soon. Thanks for the love on the last 2 videos, and I'm out, man. Peace.